Hello, everyone. It's Dr. T. I'm a tech trainer and career coach, and I help professionals transition to tech by leveraging their existing skills and abilities. Today, we'll discuss the importance of project managers in an organization's culture of security. Let's use the NIST cybersecurity framework to guide our discussion. The NIST cybersecurity framework is a set of voluntary guidelines, standards, and best practices that are designed to help organizations manage and improve their cybersecurity risk management processes. The CSF was developed by the National Institute of Standards and Technology as a means of guiding an organization in using a common language and a structured approach to assessing and enhancing its cybersecurity posture. So, by a culture of cybersecurity, I mean an organization has as its focus cultivation and sustainment of its security policies, procedures, and practices, and that everyone in the organization knows where they fit in and knows that they play a key role in identifying, protecting against, detecting, responding to, and recovering from a security incident. Now, the PM is a prime candidate to help an organization cultivate that culture of security. And the PM is at a point where they are helping govern that culture of security. They are providing the insight and the data to leadership on how well projects are performing and how well organizational security practices are being implemented, because it'll show up in the status of the projects themselves. So as a member of that governance layer, PMs can start by highlighting the critical role of cybersecurity in their project. They can help the teams understand that they may be dealing with sensitive data and sensitive systems, and therefore need to take steps to protect that data and to also discuss the consequences of a data breach and how breaches could impact the organization from a financial perspective and also from a reputational damage perspective. PMs should be aware of the regulatory compliance that relates to their project and thereby be able to emphasize the importance of adhering to industry regulations and data protection laws as the teams work with that data and are a part of that solution delivery. PMs should mention how noncompliance can result in severe penalties for their organization. And we can see that in the pay card industry, PCI related programs and projects, how severe penalties could actually relate to financial loss from a inability to utilize credit cards and collect payment for services. If we talk about the PM's role from a stakeholder management perspective, then we need to have PMs in place that can explain how maintaining the trust of clients and stakeholders is vital and essential to their organization being able to maintain their marketing position and that competitive edge that they may have worked years to sustain. PMs discuss how a cybersecurity breach can damage relationships with partners and drive that focus from a team perspective on managing security and managing data on a daily basis from a secure perspective. So PMs also have the responsibility to manage the scope. And in doing that, maybe the PM is at a point where he or she feels like there are risks that are emerging and they need to stop and have a risk assessment to identify vulnerabilities within a project or solution that the organization is looking to launch. So they're right at the forefront of understanding their threat landscape and their current state of cybersecurity, and maybe that person that goes to management and says, we need to pause things. We have some vulnerabilities that we need to address. So they need to be comfortable with taking the information and packaging it to present to leadership to discuss next steps. PMs are also vital to the organization in terms of highlighting those areas where training is needed. Uh, Perhaps they see that team members are not aware of the varying threats that impact the solution and the organization. So PM is the person who would go to management and help discuss areas for training, like we will be utilizing a tool or developing a solution that is prime for insider threats. PM is responsible for identifying those people who may need training or may need their access reviewed to understand how much they need to know and how much system access they need. So that's a cybersecurity role or task that the PM can fulfill. PM is the one that understands in depth that the human error remains one of the most significant challenge in cybersecurity, and to define that training and awareness that is needed to help team members remain abreast of their role in maintaining a security posture and any task or any activities that they're doing that may negatively impact the organization's security posture. So the PM is really prime to discuss and define a well-drafted cybersecurity plan as it relates to project delivery and solution delivery. In doing so, there are a set of tools that would help the PM perform this task. And I've found that Jira, Confluence, and ADO have really helped me as a PM to track and monitor security related tasks and just the overall progress of the project in and of itself. So I've used Jira for project management as well as issue tracking to be able to design dashboards and configure components to include security related tasks and track progress on security initiatives that might be aligned with the project that I'm working on. I've also used Confluence alongside Jira as a collaboration tool. So many of my members of my project teams have been involved in collaborating on security policies and procedures and best practices. So we've used Confluence to share those documents and also track the progress of those documents alongside with Jira. And then Microsoft Azure DevOps has been a great tool from a build automation perspective and release management to also a tracking piece. We've used it to integrate security scanning tools to ensure that code is checked in and checked for vulnerabilities throughout the development lifecycle. We've also used it to track tasks, similar to what we used Jira for. So various organizations decide to use, each tool um, within their environment. And I've used Azure DevOps for uh, progress tracking, and I've also used Jira for progress tracking. So I presenting this information to you as a PM. I've had several people reach out and ask me, I've been a PM and I want to move into a cyber role. Maybe I want to move into assessor role, and I'm having a difficult time uh, communicating my background or identifying any experience I've had within cyber. If you haven't done some of the tasks that we talked about uh, further back in the discussion, start doing it. You have the ability from using your kickoff meeting to really talk about cybersecurity and identify those cyber related tasks and those processes that you will hold team members to, and leadership is holding the team members to. And that's a great start. And then start documenting those things that you're doing and those improvements that you've helped to cultivate as a means of tracking your own growth and your own development from a cybersecurity leader perspective within your organization. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.